Man, this is the Diddy News. First and foremost, this channel has been once again suspended. So if you want to support this channel, that's how you do it right there. I'll get into that another time. But the feds have officially indicted Diddy on racketeering charges, sex trafficking charges. Now, he was arrested yesterday. He was seen over the weekend in Harlem, relocated to New York, assuming that he knew this federal case was pending in New York City because he had a house in Cali, and then he had his house in South Beach. Both of those homes were raided with the search warrant earlier this year. Remember, they searched the house, but there was no arrest warrant. Nobody went to jail. You saw no mugshots. But even yesterday, when they saw him all through New York, he was in Harlem with G. Depp. He was, hanging out in the city. He was in Central Park with his kids. I'm like, yeah, this is what a lot of people do when they know they got a big case coming down, and they just kind of get their last few hours of fresh, breath, the last few, gasps of fresh air, because he knew it was coming. You know what I mean? No, pun intended. But now prosecutors are saying during the raid at Diddy's residence, at both homes in LA and Miami, that police seized various freak-off supplies. This is what I'm not, making this up. I'm reading this. Freak-off supplies, including narcotics. They didn't get into specifics. Drugs that are used. A lot of people don't know a lot of these drugs are used for sex. Narcotics, 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant were found in the house. These were during his freak sessions where he was forcing women to join. Like, this is where it gets real kind of complicated with me when you're saying forced. I remember T.I. and Tiny had a situation where, they were in a situation where the women were saying that they were sex trafficking. You had to get naked at the door. You had to confiscate your phone. Look, these women knew what they were getting into and still went through that door. So, to me, I think all adults and all parties have to be responsible. People think this is not the Cassie situation. She was paid for that. That was settled in court. California statute of limitations. By the time that footage came out, it was way beyond past 8 years. This is something different. I know they playing that clip running around with him running down the hotel with the towel looking crazy, but this is something different now. I know Dawn from Danity Kane came out and said that she was trying to sue. Allegedly, he groped her, he grabbed her, grabbed the coochie. I'm like, everybody's going to come out with something now. But this indictment details allegations dating to 2008, where he abused, threatened, coerced women for years to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. So they're saying that there's plenty of other women that he has forced himself upon, that he has paid off throughout the years. And I guess we're going to start seeing more leaks come out in the next couple of days. Says Combs was arrested late Monday in Manhattan, roughly 6 months after the raid. He's due in court Tuesday. That would be today. And that's when they announced this. So, yeah, man, this is a lot, but they got him. The indictment describes Combs at 54 years old, the head of a criminal enterprise, that engaged or attempted to engage in activities including sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purposes of prostitution, drug offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Damn, they got him for arson. He's accused of striking, punching, and dragging women on numerous occasions, throwing objects and kicking them, and enlisting his personal assistants. Oh, Farnsworth Bentley. This is a lot, man. Security and household staff to help him hide it all. So they also say that he was enlisting his personal assistants, security, and household staff, including family, to all help him hide all of this. Because when you're doing this much dirt, you got to have people, it's like the old saying, you got to have a little dirt on you for anybody to trust you. These, it's people that's helping him. It's no different than R. Kelly. R. Kelly had security helping him, spying on girls and picking up girls at malls. So, this is not one person that's just doing all of this. This is, according to them, an organization. They would go on to say Diddy wielded his power and prestige to intimidate, threaten, and lure women into his orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. Says he would then use force, threats, and coerce to get women into engage with male sex workers in the freak-offs, that's what they were calling these parties, elaborate, produce sex performances, then Combs arranged, directed, masturbated, doing even a recorded. Wow, they got all this stuff, man. This is a lot of information, man. Excuse me. A lot. But yeah, I mean, just growing up in hip hop, you used to remember people always bragging about Diddy's parties, but they never got into the specifics of it. You know, he was known for throwing those parties at Howard Homecoming and all of this other stuff. But yeah, the events, I'm finished reading this. The events could last for days. These parties could last for days. Diddy and victims would often receive IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and drug use from the freak-offs. So they were so dehydrated and exhausted after all of this, they would have to take IVs. And I ain't never partied that hard. That's crazy. His employees said that the freak-offs arranging travel, booking rooms where they would take place, stocking these rooms with supplies, including, here you go, the drugs, the baby oil, the lube, right, scheduling the IVs. This was a whole real big deal here. You got to be partying real tough to need all of that, man. They also found firearms. They found ammunition. They found 3 AR-15s. They still haven't gotten particular about what drugs they found. Yeah, this is gonna be this is like a RICO case, man. I don't think Diddy's seeing the day of light anymore. I'm just reading the facts. I mean, I don't have anything, any personal disdain for the man, but yeah, I mean, at this point, what am I getting out of it? He's done. He's cooked. This is it for him, and I think that's why you saw him in New York, in Central Park, you know, trying to get his last few breaths of fresh air. Because if you read these documents, it's really they got a lot on him. They got charges going back to 2001. They bringing up the Shine case. They bringing up a lot of stuff here, man. But you reap what you sow. The devil has came to collect. He got to pay his dues. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Yes, support this channel. YouTube politics has struck again. Yeah.